What up, YouTube? Brokefarmer back for another live, another video, another hangout. And of course, we're going to be talking about fruit trees. And if we talk about fruit trees, we got Tina from Pit Stop Kitchen and Garden with her and Mr. PB over there doing the darn thing. Tina be out there growing everything. Mr. PB cooking a perfect YouTube channel. Some people say garden the table, but they really pull it off in real time while you watch. So uh, very appreciative to have Tina Pitts here, but we're not talking about garden to table. We're talking about fruit to fruit bowl. You know what I mean? So, Tina, how many fruit trees you got now? Just an estimate. I know you don't know the exact number.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. Well, it was 26. Then I got more, so it's 32. Ooh. And now it's more too. I meant to do a video about it, but then I was like, people gonna really think I got an issue, so I didn't do it, and I got about 6 trees that time because no, it was a clearance though, because Mr. P, he had, and it's a funny story because how it started was I was in the garden, and we had like a couple of months of just like crazy stuff happening. So he's in the mirror and he's like, primping or whatever to go to work, and he's looking at me through the mirror, like he's looking at the mirror, and I'm coming behind him to go into the bathroom. He's like, I don't even know if I should tell you this. So like my heart dropped to my stomach, and I'm like, what? And y'all know my legs are messed up, so I had the shower chair was there. Like I literally had to sit down. And I'm like, what happened? He was like, his coworker called him and told him to tell me they got a fruit tree clearance at Lowe's. I started laughing. I was like, man, are you serious? So then I'm like, all right, hurry up, take me so we can go before you gotta go work. And then he didn't want to get out the car. He was like, I'm not getting out the car. Because he's figuring if he don't get out the car, I don't have enough strength to get that many trees. I'll calm down.
Hey, somebody work there to help.
Man, I put all them things on that little dolly. And then he just came up and he rolled down the window. He just rolled the window back up. This guy out the car was slamming my cheek. I'm like, don't be breaking my limbs.
Look, but what people don't understand is when you really like fruit trees, people call you and let you know, hey, such and such got some fruit trees. Yep. That's how it ended up at the one I did the video on. My buddy just called me and said, hey, man, I just saw him unloading the truck. I said, look, I'm getting dressed now. But look, now I like to start all these live with an inspirational word or something I heard, during the week that might help somebody else. But I got it from some Tina just said. Now, never let somebody tell you what's right for you. If you want it, go get it. Even if it's your husband that love you and want to help you.
And look, everybody been sick this month, so I had already said in December, I really want a Barbados cherry tree.
Ooh.
Now, look, I had to, because I don't know if you guys know about Uncle Matt's defense, but that's like one of the things everybody's taking out to feel healthy. And it's like sold out. You couldn't get it nowhere. So I had to make my own stuff. I had to like peel oranges and all that kind of stuff. And I was looking at the ingredients. So I'm like, I had to look it up, what acerola is or something like that. And so when I looked it up, it said Barbados cherry. I'm like, it's a sign.
Only us that love fruit trees will understand. People like GG Naturals and people like that, they understand what we're talking about. Because fruit tree addict GG Naturals, now, okay, all right, all the stores are starting to get fruit trees back in. I went to Lowe's. Lowe's got all their trees in. Now, I don't like to buy this early in the season. Usually, unless it's something that I really want, I don't like to buy. I like to wait to the end to see what's budding out. You know how you go in the store and you see the tree with the buds on. You're like, oh my goodness, it won't be long now. Yep. I like to do that, or I like to wait to the end of the season and catch the clearance deal.
Now, I love the clearance.
Oh man! But I think you watched the video I did. They had blueberries in there for $6.99. Nice size blueberries. Dude, if I didn't already have 4 different varieties of blueberries, I would have cleaned up.
How many did you get? You only
got one.
You got one, and you got what you didn't get the powder blue. You had that one already.
I got the Climax.
Because I was like, ooh, I like that powder blue. I like the Climax, and I like the last one you had. I never even heard of that last one.
This is Austin blueberry. I've never heard of an Austin blueberry. I was like, oh my! But I got the powder blue. I got the rabbit eye. I got the Climax now, and I think I got the Southern High Bush or something like that blueberry. So I was like, I really don't need no more, but I'm gonna get a
pink. All of mine. But you know, one thing I bought pink lemonade blueberries like every year. I'm just hoping that I can get. I'm gonna try one more time, and then after that, I'm not gonna do it no more. But the pink lemonade one, I really want to taste that. So I want to get it one more time and just see if I can just protect it from the heat, even if I can bring it in the house when it gets so hot here in the summertime. It don't make it through the summer.
See, that's the problem you got. But I was keeping mine in containers, and they wasn't doing good. I mean, they had a bunch of berries on them. Then the birds ate the berries, and they just started going down fast. So I was watching Eco Neighbor, and they just put their blueberries in the ground. So I said, okay. So I planted my 4 blueberries, and they started looking good. They perked up, started looking amazing. I said, oh, and everybody climbing is different. So what's
I did think about that. I thought about the raspberries too, but people in my garden group was like, don't plant the raspberries near your trees in the ground because they have thorns and they get invasive and all that stuff. But I think I will do that. I'll try to plant it underneath the tree and see if it'll protect it in the summertime.
And something else, my blackberry, I was watching Lead Farmer video, and he was talking about how his land goes. It gets real muddy and wet at the back. So he cut the bottom out his container and just put it on the ground and let the roots go down in it. I was like, really? So I had a blackberry that was dying. So I put it right next to my back fence, and I cut the bottom out of it, and it just started growing along my fence line. It is pretty.
Oh wow.
Pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna say hey to a couple people. You see some people in here, feel free to speak.
Hey, Prune with Hudson. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Auntie Ellen. Hey, Dan. Hey, Ebony R. Roots. Garden Boots. Hey,
and Garden Boots.
How y'all doing?
What's up, Tammy? What's up, Miss Viola, my granny's garden? Wicked, awesome garden. GT Junior Grove, Alaska. In the building. What's up? Miss Queen's Playroom, Lion Chris, Professor Q, Lion Chris, whatever you want to call him, that guy is in the building. L&L Honeycomb Homestead. Maria Jackson, Healthy Living with Wendy. Shirley Weems, cutting weaves in the building. Cutting weaves. Cutting Sue. Suzette Mukes. Cousin Sue. I don't care what you call her. I call her Cousin Sue. G Mama. Cousins. GT Junior Grows Alaska say fruit tree clearance is nice. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The hood stead. What up, hood stead? Even though you're on a bad team, we ain't gonna knock that. You still family. Restore Garden. What's up? Glad to have you here. Did you see? Oh, them groceries in the building. Salted. I'm sorry. Hold on.
You say?
Every now and then, my feet get thrown off like that. You know how it is. South Georgia gal in the building. GG Naturals on the other team. I think Laura Sanford. Hey, Laura Sanford, good to have you. I ain't seen you in a while. Say hello, Tom. I broke folk. Hello, Tom. Hello, Tom. I think she mean hello, Tom, and broke folk. Tom. Okay. Growing with Jay. What's up, Jay? Glad to have you in here, man. I know you be busy all the time. Glad you stopped in. I think we got everybody else. Andale. What's up, Andale? The Bull. What's up, Bull? And look, we got a couple fruit tree people in here. Ebony R, glad to have you in here. The sweet spot in the building. Dwarf X in the building. Is my computer that always just signed that bad?
Hey, Sunday Backyard Farmer.
Oh, we're at the bottom now. Now, I'm gonna keep up with the chat on my phone because my computer is slow. I think it's
I can't see the chat up here. I look down there.
I start any comment I'm talking about, I put it up and we'll both can see it. Now, what we're gonna talk about today, and I introduced Miss Tina Pitts to everybody in the chat. I think most people are familiar with Tina Pitts. If not, get to know her. She is one half of Pit Stop Kitchen and Garden with Mr. P. Definitely go check it out.
Thank you.
Go check out. Check out. When you get a minute now. Look, don't click off this live to go over there.
Right.
Just wait a minute, and we gonna bring it back around. What up, F. Smith Welch? But you know, all the stores done got all their fruit trees back in. Lowe's got fruit trees. Ace Hardware, Home Depot. I got it from my local feed and seed. Got trees now. Walmart got trees now.
I found out late last year. Well, it was like in May or something when they didn't have trees no more. That's when my garden group started saying how they got all these really nice, unique trees and stuff at Costco. And I didn't even know, like, because I went to Sam's Club and it was like full of whack juice. They had like just apple, pears, regular stuff. And so I just figured the big stores like that wasn't going to really show them. But the garden group, they was having like the what do you call those? The finger limes, and I really wanted those so bad last year. But I got two. I got two on clearance. So God hooked me up. So, but
now, finger lime. Finger lime is
what? Yeah, they call it like citrus caviar because they look like they have like they're like the size of what do you call that pepper? Serrano pepper. They're like that size, and then when you like cut them open, they have like all these little beads of citrusness. I don't know. I haven't tasted yet, but I'm hoping I get some this year. I had some blooms, but the windstorm threw it out. So I'm going to try to combat that this year too, because the windstorms here, when we get the blooms and stuff, the windstorms will just like knock them off. So I think I'm gonna take some burlap and like wrap my trees. How you guys will wrap your trees for like frost and cold weather. I'm gonna wrap mine for the windstorms, so until they can set fruit.
Okay, because
I'm gonna have to go out there every single time there's a windstorm and hurry up and put it over there. But hopefully it works this year.
I gave up on covering up my citrus every night. I mean, I've been running back and forth. I just put them in
the frost got us good this year because last year we didn't have a frost, but this year, oh my gosh, like it tore up all my peppers. So the frost cloth didn't even help. So I just took it off because it just destroyed that. And then like stuff in my greenhouse is gone because of the frost. And oh my gosh, my mango tree. R.I.P. I don't know because it might be on life support. I'm trying to nurse it. I'm like, please come back. Especially it was a gift too, because you know when somebody like my husband's partner from work, he gave us that, and it was growing so nice. It was like this little thing, and then it grew up so nice, and now it's like a green stick, but it's green. So
I'm not giving up on my trees like I used to. My figs and stuff, if they look bad, I would dump them. I'm not doing that no more. But we got Yankee Sister in the building. What's up, Yankee Sister? Turf Therapy in the building.
Hey, Turf.
Josie B in the building.
Hey, Josie B.
Now we're gonna get to the first topic because you know this is the time that everybody start buying fruit trees. You know, it's that time. So before you buy fruit trees, let's have a discussion. I don't have all the answers.
Wait. Me either. I don't either.
So my white stuff off my shirt. Look, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Look, now. Before you buy fruit trees, let's have a discussion on what we look for when we buy fruit trees. Now, I'm going to throw up a couple. And if y'all wanting Gigi Natural, appreciate that, Gigi. Just put Tina's channel link in the description. So get that timestamp 3:19, but don't click off the video. So when you get ready to buy trees, this is something I ran into. Do they need a pollinator? And that is easy as just Googling, does this tree need a pollinator? Now, it's a lot of stuff that needs a pollinator. A lot of apple trees need a pollinator. Have you got caught up in getting something that you thought was pretty cool till you figured out it had to have a pollinator?
You know what? I just get it. And then if you need a pollinator, I go find it. If I want it, I get there. And especially, it's not just the tree though. Like I don't just like throw a lot of money, but I think what gets me is when it's on clearance or like it's $5. And I'm like, you can't leave it if it's $5. Or even if like I think my cutoff is probably like 15, depending on what tree it is. Because like my husband be like, Tina, you got that already. I'm like, but you never know. You should probably have two, because what if one dies? So you got to have like a backup. And then especially for this price, I think it's the price more than anything. And then the uniqueness of the tree. But like I said, sometimes it's trees that I actually want. Like last year, I really wanted that finger lime. So I got two. And then like this year, I'm hunting for Barbados cherry. So if anybody know, please hit me up and let me know if you see one at a good price.
Yeah, I had to get that Stella cherry last year. Stella cherry does not need a pollinator. Fun fact, most cherry trees need a pollinator. That's why I got it. And that goes back to the first thing we were talking about. Do things need a pollinator? But like you say, when it's certain trees you want, you just go get them.
But certain trees I don't get. I do look for like the stone trees. I won't just get those. I'll look those up because of the chill hours.
Oh yeah.
I'll wait some. Yeah.
Yeah. You might not ever get food on that stuff. I mean, my pink lady apple. I didn't Google nothing. I saw a pink lady apple. I actually eat pink lady apples from the grocery store. Had to have that tree. Had to have it. It was a dwarf variety. I still ain't got nothing pollinated with it. Don't matter.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna get. I got 3 apples on it last year, and I got a golden Dorset, which is not a pollinated pear. I don't believe in that 100%. So, and then
you never know. What if somebody in the neighborhood got the pollinator and it flies over there, or the bees? You do that. Mm-hmm.
See, my neighbor across the street has probably 6 or 7 apple trees. Now he don't know the name of them, but I'm thinking one of those are probably a pollinator.
Yep.
And if not, I just get a crab apple tree. Most crab apple trees are pollinators for all apple trees, just about.
I heard that.
So, and I think I'm gonna say that's not a fact, but I kind of think it is. I
think I did hear that somewhere though.
Veggie Farm Garden, glad to have you in here.
Veggie
Keep for being better known to us as Pete. What up, Pete? Tiffany Q to you in the building. Angel Love Garden. Hey, Angel Love Garden. Glad to have you.
Angel Love, and appreciate the shout out on the Whoop Whoop Show.
Whoop Whoop. The Whoop Whoop Show is Best Yet Journey. Oh, hold on, she ain't in here, so I can't get no free promo. She ain't in the chat. So, have you seen it yet?
Ebony R. I'm in Zone 9A.
Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
What's up, Denise? I'm slowing, trying to get into the fruit tree game. Come on, get into it. The water warm. The fruit tree game is a beautiful thing. Ain't nothing like going back to picking your own fruit. I don't care what nobody. And there's a lot of comments, and I'm not gonna be able to catch all the comments, y'all. Are you looking on your phone, Tim?
I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard. I just saw the question mark, so I looked harder.
Oh, Tiffany got a question right there. Let me see, can I find it? Y'all bear with me for a second.
I'm in that heat.
I'm
everything of mine went to seed, by the way. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. I'm not planting broccoli rab no more. I know this is about fruit trees. Everything that went to seed.
Look, crazy thing. My broccoli raw actually got the little broccoli, and I'll wait for it to get bigger. But come to find out, it don't get no bigger. That's big as it gets.
Really? Okay, so you just taught me something, because I was so angry last week. I was like, why every year this happens? Like, I was like, no more. I'm not doing this no more with the broccoli rab, because every time I go to get it, it's flowers.
it doesn't get that big. So I'm sitting there waiting on it to get bigger, and it ended up, like you say, flowering. Because we had a couple weeks of 75, about 2 weeks of 75 degrees. Then all of a sudden it got real cold. I can't find Tiffany question, so I'm gonna answer right here. The question is, can you get a tree propagate a second and then pollinate each other? Usually that same tree can't be a pollinator. Like if you grow on a Granny Smith. Oh, is it? I got to do some research on that. But either way, yeah, no, I don't think you can pollinate with the same tree because it already got the blooms of that same tree on it. So if you do propagate off a Granny Smith apple tree and you have two Granny Smith apple trees, one Granny Smith can't pollinate the other one, because if that was the case, the bee would get the pollen from this bloom and put it into that bloom, and then it'll work. You know what I mean?
I don't really know what apple trees, because my apple tree, it just gets fruit every year. That's actually my best fruiting tree, and it's like the yellow apples. So I don't really actually know the exact variety, but
Golden Delicious. I think that's a Golden Delicious. Yellow.
It's sweet though. It's like so sweet. It's definitely sweeter than the ones in the store, because I don't remember the ones in the store when you eat them, like your actual fingers are sticky. That's how sweet it is.
Oh no, that ain't it. Now that pink. Now I know you're not talking about a pink lady, but that pink lady apple like that too. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Oh my God, that is. Dude, and you know they cost $7.99 for a bag at Kroger.
$7.99. That's actually good for here, because their fruit is high out here.
What?
Yep.
No, that's high, because where I live at, they grow everything: apples, plums, muscadine. You can go down the street literally and find a strawberry field. $8 for a bag of apples. That's a lot of money. No, when I can literally get an apple tree for about $8.
Oh right, wow. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
But another question. Growing with Hudson say, oh, it's not a question. Say, I forgot. I can share you out now. If you can, share this live out. If you can, share this live out.
Sharing is Karen.
Huh?
No, I said sharing is Karen.
Definitely. And the Bull Garden said, everyone much love and respect. And hey, look, Bull. And if y'all don't know, Bull Garden do a whole bunch of tree propagating out there. And he's starting to put some of them great finds on the market. So you might want to go over there and check out the Bull's Garden and see what he got. He might have a little something for you over there. I'm just saying.
Bull's Garden is loaded with fruit trees.
I'm just saying.
And Dan, oh my gosh, Dan has a whole fruit tree ecosystem type thing. I be learning from Dan.
You know what I learned?
Like that. That's a real class in the university.
You know what I learned from Dan?
What?
I would have to take a whole college course to figure out some of that stuff he got back there. I'm amazed.
But did you see how he fed his banana tree? That gave me some ideas, because I was so frustrated with my blood marrow orange tree. So I'm like, oh shoot, Dan said feed it this. I'm about to give it some of this and that. And I just, of course, I went overboard, because that's kind of my personality. Sometimes I just do too much.
But it fruited though, right? Yeah, it fruited though.
It did, and it's so good. And you know, my daughter was like, I want to taste the difference between your blood marrow oranges and the one in the store. So the one in the store, they actually look like a deeper orange and purple, but they don't have that sweet, tangy taste like mine. Mine is definitely more flavorful, hands down. And I'm not just saying that because it's mine. The one in the store, it tastes a little bit tart and bland. Like mine got flavor bursting. You can actually see it on the pictures. Like it really, the pictures are not even like doing it justice though.
But you know, I got my blood.
And I see you got one. It's a heavy feeder. You already know. So you already know the blueprint.
Good. Cool that you brought that up. I ordered some EB Stone. Actually, I'm looking at the bag right now. I ordered some EB Stone organic citrus and fruit tree food to feed them. And I
wanted to try this stuff. I heard good things, but they're not. I can't get it locally.
Yeah, I had ordered that off Amazon and 2 little bags. But I'm gonna feed them every 2 months, even in the winter, because they are evergreen. But every other month, I'm gonna feed them. What's your citrus feeding schedule?
Well, last year I was doing it like they said to do it. They said to do it like in February and then April and then June and then in the fall. But I'm not doing that this year. This year I'm doing totally different because I noticed when I kind of go off grid and experiment on my own, it seems so far I've been getting good results. So this year I'm feeding, especially the ones in the containers, I'm feeding them every month and see what happens. Because
Yeah.
my ones in the containers, I know some of it was the windstorms, but then I think some of it was, I don't think they were getting fed enough. So I'm going to try doing every month and see what happens.
And they say if you got citrus in a container, you got to feed it more often than you would ones in the ground. So I know
I think citrus period might be like a heavy feed unless you just have really good soil and it's like an established tree.
Yeah, I'm just gonna feed it every month, but I also gonna put sprinkle some coffee grinds in there, probably every month in between, just just because I feel like they need it. The next thing when buying fruit trees, the size of the fruit tree. How long before it fruit? How long are you willing to wait before it fruit? Now that is a big thing for some people. Some people buy the fruit trees that's really small and really don't realize how long it's gonna take before you actually get some fruit off that plant. So, a couple situations, I spent a little more money than I was comfortable with because I wanted my fruit now, and I wasn't gonna wait. So,
well, with me, I like some of them. I tried to start from seed. That wasn't that great for me. Trying to start it from seed, but I would like some of them. You just when you have so many trees now. But when I first started, I always wanted the big trees because I wanted to get the fruit faster. And then after my first year of gardening, and I didn't get no fruit, it gave me a little bit of patience because I'm like, I got the big tree and I still didn't get no fruit because of either the environment or whatever, and I was still learning. So now it's it can go either way, and I'm really blessed because I do have established trees, so it's not like I'm not getting no fruit. Yeah, citrus are heavy feeders. I learned that last year.
look, all right, nobody will forget this video right here. Give them that chicken like each other. Get that big fruit right through it. That video stuck in my
I
head.
can't do that because y'all already know I had a little. I don't know. We had some rodents this summer, and Mr. P went ham on them. Like I was like, I want them dead. I want their families dead because my daughter was scared of them. And I'm gonna be transparent. I was out there fussing one day, and I saw one, and I did one of those. So I'm gonna put myself out there one day because I put her out there. But I was like, yeah, we got to get rid of them. And he went old school with it. He got them big traps and he got them. But I ain't trying to attract nothing else.
But let's be honest. That's part of gardening though, and having fruit trees. You go.
Yeah, but I wasn't gone. I don't like them. I'm scared. Scared. It's a whole scandal, okay? And my mom will not go out there until he got rid of them.
You said a whole scandal. But and look, I'm not scared of a whole bunch of stuff, but it's some stuff that I don't like. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not a snake guy. I'm not scared of snakes. Not a snake guy. So I'm trying to figure out poisonous snakes from non-poisonous snakes so I can relocate them. But if they poisonous, shove them to the head.
I don't want no snakes.
But down here where we at, you don't see a lot of them, but snakes are common. Like fish.
No, Auntie, I don't deal with rattlers in my garden. I saw trees. Oh, okay. Hey, Shy.
Oh, and hey, Brampton Gardener. Said, what fruit trees did you get? I got a blueberry. Tina, did you get some new ones? You was just talking about someone.
I saw Auntie's. Aunt Tia's, and she asked, do I deal with rattlers? I haven't, thank God, I haven't dealt with any snakes because if the rodents were bad, I might just fall out and the snake would get me.
But the snake will eat the rodents though.
I don't care. I don't want either one of them. It's bad. I don't want them.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a big thing with that. If you looking to buy fruit trees, when you buy that fruit tree, and I've come to a point where I say, if the base of the tree is an inch around in diameter, I think it's getting ready to fruit.
You know something you have to be careful of too, because I was lucky enough that one of the ones I told you that I had the Lowe's clearance or whatever, we was able to get like a big tree, like one of the ones that were over $100, and we got it for like 1990 something whatever. So I was happy. Ooh, I want to put that in the ground too. So it had a humongous sucker on it. And I'm like, you know, I think I know a little bit of something about fruit trees, but I wasn't sure. So I like took a picture of it, sent it to my garden group, and I'm like, is this a sucker? And they're like, that's a huge sucker. Put that one back. So what I did is I put that one back and got the next big one. So you gotta be careful for that too. I'm so
glad. Nah, okay. Now
nice, Ebony R.
Now you brought up a sucker. Now
it was a sucker, like I don't know. No. It was like that big.
No, you say that implying that everybody understand what that is.
Oh, it drains your tree. It actually looks like and they taught me something too in the garden group. They said because some people was like put it back, so I just saw those comments first, so I put it back. But then when I came back, people were like, look at the sucker and see if it has different leaves than your actual tree, because that's the way you know it's a true sucker. And the suckers basically suck the life out of the tree. I can't go deep into it because I can't articulate it that well, but it's not good for the tree.
No, my channel ain't that fancy. That's about deep as that's as deep as you need to go. Cooking with Dorsha in the building. Glad to have you in here.
Hey, Dorsha.
Sifting some soil 55 with Mona. Tiffany Cutie, you say one is always better than none. Okay, I missed that. And we got Chef Pam in the building.
Hey, Chef.
The hood said, couldn't you cut the sucker off and root like tomatoes?
I don't know, because I tried to do that with the blood marrow. It had a big sucker coming off of it, but you don't worry about that one. That one's already in the ground and it's like a big tree. But I did try to cut it off and root it, but it didn't root.
Yeah. And, okay. I know everybody see these propagation and cutting videos, but I'm gonna address this, and this is zero factual evidence to this, but this is my experience. So on my platform, I'm gonna talk about my experience, and you know it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's certain things to propagate and take cuttings from that's way easier than other stuff. Figs, it's very easy.
Easy, yeah.
You put a fig in the dirt, it's gonna grow. It's gonna get roots. Let's start there. Couple things are way harder. So,
like my white pomegranate.
You didn't get the white pomegranate to go?
No, I have the big white pomegranate, but I sent you the cuttings and you was like, I'm sorry.
You weren't supposed to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. But the white pomegranates are not easy to propagate at all. And I don't feel like citrus, like the blood marrow is not, because I've been trying to propagate my blood marrow. It's not easy.
And I think it's the time of year also, because I killed that pomegranate, RIP. And I killed 4 peach cuttings. Peach trees are hard to propagate. I don't care what nobody says.
Too.
Nectarine? Yeah, but
RIP to my nectarine. My nectarine tree that's established, the big one.
Yeah.
We gotta pull it up. It's dead. Like last year, I had made the video about the thrips getting to it. So that's all I'm thinking in the summertime. I'm like, you know what, the thrips got it. You know, I just have to call it a summer or whatever. But after the summer was over and Mr. P started to trim the tree because it was getting outrageous, the tree looked like it had, I'm not going to say that word. It looked like it had chicken pox or shingles or something because the borers got it to it.
Oh, okay. Now,
it was all over the trunk and everything.
Your friend Gigi called you a murderer in the comments. So that's your friend, Tina. I'm just saying. Pete says, well, he wasn't talking to us, but we're gonna talk to him because that's what we do. We family. He said we got ours from Lowe's and it was so tiny. Now we have 2 fruit and about 20 blooms. Now,
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you something about that. I stopped fooling with Stark Brothers because I bought a couple trees that were really, really small. But them trees are super healthy. They just were small. So I don't know how to take that. You just got to try some stuff. Nothing I say or nothing Tina says is 100%.
I think this year well, definitely the end of last year and this year I'm not buying from online fruit tree places anymore, because y'all saw I had like that big, I had like 20 trees right there in that one little video. But yeah, they're like twigs, and some of them grow and some of them don't. And then like, do you really want to hassle with them to come and give you back your money and everything? And I know some people say you don't get good trees at Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff, but most of the trees in my yard are from home. Oh, I don't know if I want to say that. Well, I don't know if you like to say that on your channel, but
Now,
from
Home
the big
Depot.
box stores.
You can say
Okay.
Lowe's. You can say
The
Lowe's.
big established
Home
trees,
Depot.
they're from the big box store and they're doing well. So that's the established ones. And so if I can get one of those on the off season for $15, $10, $5, that's better off for me. And then, well, you can't get it on clearance, but even if I paid, like I really want it and I paid $30 for a tree, if that tree dies, I can easily pick that tree up and go and get a refund, as opposed to going through the hassle of trying to get your money back and all that. So that's just what my mindset this year.
And keep your receipt. I did a whole video about that. Keep
your card with those 2 stores. If you have your debit card that you always use and you sign up with your email, they can always find you from the same debit card or your email.
Dude, first off, let's rewind that and you put me on the game, because I don't have my email set up with Lowe's. So next time I go to Lowe's, I'm setting my email up. Y'all just got free game on Sunday. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Something else about buying fruit trees. Can I take care of it? And that goes along with zone compatibility. Like some of my citrus shouldn't get past, I don't know, probably 25 or something like that. But every now and then it gets 18, 19. I've been covering trees up. I don't think I'm covering up no more. Unless it's below 30, I'm not.
I don't cover up my trees. Well, and you know, we did get a frost this year, but my trees are okay. Nothing happened to them. The only tree that I was worried about was my avocado tree. This is my 2nd year, because I killed the one last year. It actually bounced back through the snow. It bounced back because we didn't really get a frost, but it was hurting in the 30s. So I knew that from last year that it was hurting and we didn't even get a frost. So this year what I did is I put it in the greenhouse and it's fine. So this year, now all I got to do is get it through the summer, because I might have to bring it in the summertime.
See, and that's crazy, because the summertime is all good for me and citrus. But I'm gonna rebuild my whole greenhouse. My greenhouse is trash. I'm gonna rip that out and I'm gonna rebuild a brand new greenhouse this spring. Stay tuned. But Grace Guys. Why do I feel like I'm not saying that right? I'm just gonna say Grace. Hey, glad to have you in here. Cassandra Dominique, glad to have you here. Love Notes in the building. The living legend herself. Love Notes is in the building. Glad to have you in here. Gabby Carter say, I recently ordered a Miwa kumquat. Delicious.
I haven't. I tasted the one that I can't pronounce with the N, Naga something.
Nagami.
There you go. That one. I like that one, but I got 3 on my Miwa. I can't wait to taste it.
Team. I described it like this in one video. It's like God came down, kissed the fruit, and handed it to you and say, taste it.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to taste it. I want the other. It's another Miwa that I want. I can't think of the name of it right now.
You mean the kumquat? Centennial?
Yep, that one.
Centennial,
that's the one I want.
Because it's only a few varieties that's a sweet. That's how I knew it was Centennial. Because the Centennial is sweet, the Miwa is sweet. But also I got a lime quat and I got a Nagami, which is Nagami sour lime quat. I take it.
I need to get another lime quat. Mine died. It didn't make it through the summer.
And this something else y'all got to, when you start buying fruit trees, Some of them gonna die. Stop listening to people say that you don't did something wrong. Some of these fruit trees die. Stop putting all that pressure on yourself. It's not you.
And that's another reason why I like to get them cheap. So when they die, I don't hurt so bad.
Because it do hurt when you go out there and you just know you've been thinking about getting fruit off the tree for 2 years and it just killed over one day. And when I say, can I take care of it in zone compatible? Now, if you live in zones like 6 and 7, they get heavy snow and on a regular basis, and the wind chill is cold, you got to have space to bring some of that citrus trees in the house. Of course, you can grow it in the house because citrus don't need chill hours. And I said chill hours. Chill hours are how many hours of below freezer a fruit tree needs before it produces fruit. So
it don't have to be below freezing. I think it has to be like 30s or 40s. Like it has to be, I think, and it definitely has to be in the 40s and below.
Okay. I thought it was 32. That's even better. 40s
but
and
some
below.
Some people, you know what they do? They, like, I know some of the master gardeners here. Like I go to a couple of their classes to learn how to prune the trees and things about the fruit trees. And I know one guy there, he says you should not get a cherry here. But one of the master gardeners was determined to make cherries here. So I don't know. They said that he took ice and he did extra trying to get the chill hours on the tree. And I never knew that you can put ice around the tree or whatever to try to do chill hours. But
you put ice on the tree? How would you
I'm not doing that.
How cold it get though?
Well, that's the thing. We only get cold at nighttime. So like so I think that's why my greens didn't get hurt, but all my peppers got hurt when we had the frost. So the frost happens at night. And then like around 10, 11 o'clock, it'll get up to the 60s and then it'll get cold at night. So, you know, you're not going to get, this year, you wouldn't even get that many chill hours. But last year's when I took the class and he said that one of the gardeners, they put ice around the tree and stuff to try to get the cherry tree to do what it's supposed to do. I don't know.
And you know what's pretty cool? You was talking about master gardening class. I just got accepted.
I know. Congratulations. You say you got, yeah.
So yeah, long as I don't flunk out of it, I'm gonna be a master gardener. Fingers crossed.
You got that.
It's only 1,000 pages in the book, so no problem. So I'm gonna try to hit just a few comments. Queen's Acre in the building. Glad to have you in here. Queen's Acre said, first time catching a live. Hey y'all. Hey Queen's Acre, and if you are unfamiliar with this person to the left of me, this is Tina Pitts from Pit Stop Kitchen and Garden. She gardens and her husband, Mr. P, cooks it. Perfect combination of garden to table. You got to check it out. You got to check it out. And when you get a minute, you got to check out.
Thank you.
So Pete said, we expected to get fruit right away from our little mulberry trees. We did, and they were good, but I didn't expect lemons to come for another year or two. And that's the other thing. Sometimes these trees surprise you. I didn't think I was gonna get lemons. I got lemons. Now, were they big? No, it was first year fruit. They were super small, but I still ate them lemons, and they were good, but they were small. They were small, but some of these trees will surprise you, man. Especially the ones that are grafted. Grafted fruit trees will fruit way sooner.
Oh yeah,
way sooner. I only tried to buy a grafted fruit tree, and you got to figure out what a grafted fruit tree is, because these people that work in these stores know absolutely nothing about gardening. All they know is how to ring your stuff up at the counter. Facts.
Yep.
So if you go
sometimes when you go to the nursery, they don't know either. They'll tell you the wrong thing. The first year gardening, I trusted the nursery to tell me what was right, and I ended up finding out from YouTube it wasn't.
And look, everybody talking about this master gardening program, but look, I'm getting a degree in YouTube University. I think best yet coined that phrase, YouTube University. But then I'm getting my master gardener, and then I'm only gonna kill stuff once a year. I'm not gonna kill that much stuff this year.
All right. Sometimes when you kill, you learn though. I've learned a lot from killing stuff.
But I don't think I can learn nothing else from killing stuff. I've killed so much stuff. I think I've maxed out my learning curve on killing stuff. I'm be honest with you. Dude, yeah. But Hood Gardener, looking forward to grow lemon trees this year. And if y'all don't know who Hood Gardener is, that's my teammate in the MIG Grow Off 2022. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Tina, I'm glad you ain't in the grow off because you lost. You lost. And you know, they want a hard feeling. Gabby Carter said, just do it. Exactly. And look, if y'all don't get nothing else from this live, get some fruit trees, man. Stop going to Kroger, spending $9 and the grapes that people don't eat all off and they don't put all their hands in the grape. You're a nasty joker. Look, first off, let me address these people directly. Do you mind? I can go ahead. Yeah. I'm gonna address these people directly. You're a nasty joker. If you go in the grocery store and put your hand in a bag of grapes and just start eating it right there, you nasty. It's COVID-19 and everything else out there. You sticking your hands in there, eating the darn grapes.
And one thing I wanted to add, even though this is a little off topic, but what you said, me and Mr. P, like the end of last year, we was in the grocery store and this guy like literally took, like, I was like, what is he doing? Because I was being nosy because he just looked kind of suspicious, and he went into the pickle jar. He took him out a couple of those, like the pickles that you cut up. He took a couple out, put it back, and put it up there. Was walking around the store, and I'm like telling my husband, he took pickles, and he's like, no, he didn't. I said, come on, I didn't want to follow him, but I wanted to show him that he took the pickles, and then he saw him like putting them in his mouth, and he was like, no. So when you are going for jar stuff, check your jar. Make sure the little thing isn't popped up or whatever, because that was gross.
And you know what's crazy about that? You can grow cucumbers for 25 cents. Go to Dollar Tree and see if they ain't got cucumbers. See, sitting right there for a quarter. And you eating leftovers that people don't put their hands in, cucumbers or pickles or whatever you want to call it. I'm just putting that out there. Ebony R said, I'm expecting for fruit trees price to be crazy this spring. They probably are. So you're gonna probably I watched a Gigi Natural video where she was looking at some fruit trees. It was $66. Good Lord, $66 for a fruit tree? You out your mind. Ain't no well. And these ones specialty trees. I can see if it's like a 3-in-1 tree or some exotic tree you can't get from, you know. But dude, $66 for a persimmon? They got native persimmon where we live at. Really? You can literally go down the road and see a persimmon tree. But it's $66? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And this, I think this is the most important thing. Do you like the fruit?
Oh wow! Look what Love Notes put about people getting locked up.
What's the timestamp?
12:52.
12:52. Oh, 3:52. I forgot when.
Sorry.
Y'all bear with me. Let me see. Can I find this comment? Man, I'm glad I'm looking on my phone. I'm way behind on here. Okay. I still ain't found. Love Note.
I think she said Walmart price charges for grapes.
Yeah. Look.
No, but she was talking about they fine them $10,000 or something if you eat fruit. Yeah.
And first off, you're a nasty joker and you're going to jail. You're a nasty joker and you're going to jail. Somebody baby out there buying them grapes and you don't have your hand all in. Stop it. Humble Service Homestead in the building. Glad to have you in here. Said, man, the fruit trees are in at home at Dome Hippo, and those prices are off the chain. You know us, we'll just wait until they mark them down. That's all you got to do. But not know that Dome Hippo don't mark down fruit trees.
They don't what? All.
They don't mark down fruit trees.
Yeah, they do.
No, not here. No, ma'am, they don't.
Oh, we get them 50% off and 75% off, especially if our heat wave come early. Oh, we did well last year.
Yeah. And the reason that is the different regions or states or whatever, they get their trees from different people. Dome Hippo, where I live at, sourced all their fruit trees out to somebody. So at the end of the season, those people just come back and get their fruit trees. They clearance zero at all. Because I had a whole conversation with the manager. Because I'm like, dude, it's super cold out here. You know, don't let these fruit trees go. You ain't gonna make no money off them like this. And then they broke down the whole thing to me. But good old Lowe's though. Good old Lowe's.
Yeah,
if they order a fruit tree, they gonna sell a fruit tree 100% of the time.
And see here, Lowe's and the other one, they piggyback off each other. I think when if Lowe's starts to slash their prices, then the other one will slash their prices. So we, like, if I go to Lowe's, I'm gonna go to the other place too and check out what they got.
See, Hudson say yes, Dome Hepot do. They do not hear. They do not hear. They might be where you are. They don't hear at all. Because I'm like, I've seen people do YouTube videos about getting this kind of trees at Dome Hepot. But I'm like, I never see them. So I had a whole conversation with the manager. It is not a thing. Yeah, see? Josie B said the same thing.
No, that's terrible. Yeah, I've done very well by their clearances. And
then they said they do hear, and if the cashier don't care. Now look, what I ain't gonna do is get locked up when I'm going through now, y'all. No ma'am. No ma'am. I'm not, y'all will not see me on YouTube court with fruit trees. See, Miss Queen said the same thing. Hers don't either. But a lot of people do.
Wow, that's so messed up.
And then saying Alabama 2 up to 75. Good Lord, 75%.
Yep. And those are the ones. Oh, those are the best ones. The 75% or the 90. Oh my gosh, the 90 ones. I'm like, you can't leave them there. I don't want to take them all, but I can't leave them there.
See, they got them too in Georgia, and we got them 75% off. I guess it's just certain places. Yep. Root shoots and garden boots, they rather trash trees and mark them down. I don't ever see them marked down here. Yep.
Oh, wow.
And it could change next year. They could go with a different company.
But I know that the nurseries don't slash their prices to me.
Oh, no. Because most nurseries around here got greenhouses. And my favorite nursery, say they got a greenhouse that never gets below 55 degrees in there. So he said there's no, and they got everything. They had a frost grapefruit in there. Dude, I wanted.
When you was talking about people taking fruit out the grocery stores. Why my nursery, the most popular one here, they get mad, the people that work there, because they always fussing about it. People actually go and pick fruit off their fruit trees. So some of their fruit trees have fruit on them, but people pick it and they taste it and they leave the orange peels. They don't even clean up behind themselves. It's a mess.
But okay, I'm gonna tell you what I did, because this is a trust tree. We can be honest. This is a community. This is a family. So I can be honest. If I'm at my local nursery and they got fruit on the tree, I play dumb and act like I don't know what the fruit is. And I say, hey man, I've never tried that before. Can I try the fruit?
You gotta taste before you buy.
And I never buy it. I say, no, I don't like how that tastes. Pete say our Lowe's and Dome Hepot. And if you wonder why I'm mispronouncing his name, because I have no respect for this place. So our Lowe's and Dome Hepot. Oh, he spelled it like that, Dome Hepot. And Dome Hepot will give you deep discounts on things like soil amendment, fertilizer, but none on them discount the fruit trees and berry canes. They sell them well for them when they have them. Yeah. And it's just being greedy.
You know something? They actually had them, the pomegranate, the wild pomegranate. They had them for 50 cents. And like I told you, we've been going through some stuff, but I really went and bought a bunch of the 50-cent pomegranates because I was going to do a giveaway.
Goodness.
But now I just have to see if they come out of dormancy, and maybe I'll do a giveaway on it, because I bought a bunch of them because they were like 50 cents for the small pomegranates. They do it here. I wish they did it everywhere so you guys could take advantage of that.
All right, Tina, when your next video coming out? Now, moving on. Moving on.
I told you we've been sick. We in quarantine. We in quarantine. We quarantine.
Yeah. Shirley Williams said we have farmers market fruit and vegetables I buy to grow in my garden. That's a pretty cool idea. Yeah. Pete say I'm hoping we do better at the local tract supply. That's another good option. Track Supply has a lot of stuff. Dude,
Yeah.
where I live at, I don't know if this is everywhere, but literally everybody has fruit trees because I stay in the country and everybody got a little land. Dude, everybody got fruit trees. So it's
They got the
nothing.
bare root ones there.
Bare root.
You know, the ones that you buy and they have like just a little bit of something in the bag because they don't have the room to have like the
Oh, yeah. Track Supply got that. Them raspberries and stuff like that. I don't like them. It's just, I feel like they're not already established. You know what I mean? The ones in the bucket are already a little established, and I feel a little safe about it. Like I can't mess this up too bad.
You know something else that I learned this year about the ones in the bucket? So, like at first I was thinking, and I saw some videos saying that, like when you buy them from the store in the bucket, you don't really have to up pot them and do all of that until like a year or two later. So I didn't really worry about them. But what I learned, especially when I was trying to up pot them into bigger pots and stuff this November, those things were almost root bound, especially like you need to check. So if you get them from those stores, lift them up and check them and see, if because you don't know when they planted them. And I had a couple of them that were looking like they were root bound, but they're doing really well in the regular pots now. But that was something that I didn't know.
And something else, hold on, hold that thought because I'm definitely gonna forget it. I want to come back to that. Game Nerd Mom Garden in the building. Hey, glad to have you in. Juicing with Jay. What's up, Juicing with Jay? Cali.
Hey, Liddy.
Halal Family Homestead. What's up, Halal?
Hey, hello.
All right, first thing I do when I get one is
Tasha Oshi grows.
Hey, Tasha, I just don't trust them, so I go ahead and up pot them. But what I realized, I start out with the maybe 13 to 18 gallon pots. I'm up potting too fast because my Awara Satsuma was dying off. So I got to the core. I can't tell the whole thing because I recorded, but I think that I'm up potting too fast. I think it's got to go up in stages. Like you come from that what size is it? Like a 3 gallon that you get those
5.
You think that's 5?
It depends on what you get, but I think they mostly come. It depends on what size the pot is, but most of the ones like that's orange, they're like 5, I think.
Yeah. So to go from 5 to 14 and leave a lot of room, and it's so wide that the roots start spreading out. I don't know if that's a good thing.
I do that. That's what I tried this year. I went from the 5 and I put it, and especially because I really had to go through the roots because they were like wrapping around. So I went from a 5 to a 15. So hopefully that works.
And I mean these trees.
And another thing I tried compost in the soil now too. I saw your citrus mix that you use. I used the Kellogg's one. Yeah,
and that's something that I didn't even know that existed. But I don't know. I was deep into my YouTube studies, and I came across that, and I'm like, I didn't even know that existed. But I went back to my local Lowe's. They got racks and racks of the stuff that nobody buys. Now it comes in a small bag that's $5. So going forward, I would just get a whole bunch of those bags and plant 100% my trees in those going forward. That's the only way I'm gonna do my citrus. Because
I think I'm gonna add some sand to mine because what I noticed when I was pulling the citrus up is that the soil that they had a lot of sand. I guess so it can be loomy, so they the roots can get So I think I'm gonna add sand to it because the Kellogg's one, it doesn't have like a sandy material, but we'll see what happens this year. I learn every year.
And something else that is something so small, but you really got to think about it for a minute. I had one of my citrus trees in a container, and it's one of those blue lead containers with the ropes on it. And I drilled a whole bunch of holes in it, but it was really small holes. And I looked at my nursery pots. All nursery pots got holes that this big. And it's just something so small as that. Citrus need a lot of drainage. you need a lot of holes in that because they do not want the roots to stay wet for an extended amount of time. They don't like it. It only makes sense because citrus grow in really hot climates. So in hot climates, it's not much water. So if you go back to the origin of where the citrus started at, you would know that citrus don't want a whole bunch of water because it's not used to a bunch of water. Originally,
but you gotta water them a lot. Huh? Especially us too, because it gets so hot in the summer. You have to water it like every day.
Now, all right, in the summer, I think I water my citrus once a week or twice a week or something like that. I don't, and it's different climates. Like it gets hot in Georgia. Don't get it twisted.
But you know what? You guys have the humidity in the air. Yeah,
that's it. But y'all get super duper hot.
super duper hot with no humidity, so it's gonna burn. That's the biggest thing with us, because you know my fuyu, that's an established tree that gave us like a lot of fruit. I think it was like 30 something fuyu persimmons the year before last. It didn't give us nothing last year, and the tree looked like it's on life support too. Like you, like I was just like trying to see. You know how you try to see if the tree is still alive? If it bends, it was snapping. But it's an established tree and it's big, so I'm hoping that I can do it like I did Mary, and I'm hoping that it'll come back. But I'll know by March if it doesn't start giving me new leaves, and I might just pick it up, just like I'm gonna pick up that nectarine, and I might just put pomegranates, because pomegranates don't care how hot the sun gets, it's gonna do what it's gonna do, and that's like the best tree to have in the summertime. Because even my apples get burnt, my pears get burnt. Even my oranges get sun scorched. Yeah, you have a little toasted pear. But the pomegranates, they don't care about the sun. They get to 117 degrees and they fine.
Oh, and something else. I'm glad you brought that up, because when you get a fruit tree, a lot of those fruit trees are propagated and put on stock.
Root stock?
Yeah, whatever root stock it come from, and they are kept in greenhouses. So that tree has been in the ideal climate forever. So it's gonna act weird when it's out there and your temperature drop from 70 to 40 to 30 to 20. So don't panic. I didn't understand what was going on at first, but me, I talk a lot, so I talked to my local nursery about this stuff. I said, hey man, dude, as soon as I got this tree out here, the leaves started dropping. He said, look, man, it been in the greenhouse forever. That's how we propagate in this greenhouse. So it's gonna be a little weird once it started adjusting. Going forward, I got a friend that has every citrus tree I have, literally. Shouts out to Jess. You in the comment, but I know you don't comment. What's up, Jess? But he don't cover his citrus trees. He don't do nothing spectacular. He don't even mulch them. They out there thugging it in his driveway right now, living their best life.
Yeah.
After this year, my trees should be at least 2 years old. They're gonna be thugging it next. That's it. I
attempted to put the frost thing on, but the wind said forget it, and I just said forget it. They doing fine though. Citrus trees are okay. I think the lowest we got this year might have been 26, but they all right.
And let's think about this for a minute. Every citrus tree started out in a climate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if you could acclimate your citrus tree to your climate? Now
they don't have a choice.
I saw Leah Farm video. His lemon trees out there had snow on them, and he didn't have one wilted leaf. Not one.
I think when they get established, though, when you get a big tree, it's harder. It's hard. I mean, it's harder to kill. Even though I did, but it's harder. It's harder. It's harder to kill. They're a little stronger.
And I just think another takeaway from that is, like you say, that tree is established. So you might have to bait it for a year or two. But after that, like my fruit trees that's in the ground, I'm fertilizing and watering them this year. That will make officially 2 years in the ground at the end of next year. I'm not watering no more. I'm going to fertilize. I'm not watering. All these trees in the ground. What was that? What? Okay, but all these trees living their best life in the ground. Why am I feeding trees that should live in the ground? Especially trees that supposed to do good, like apple trees and peach trees. I'm in Georgia. This climate is based off growing apples and peach trees. I'm not gonna keep doing it. That's a wrap after this. I'm not doing it. They gonna do what they do.
I'm gonna be in tuning in to see how that works.
Oh man, that sounds like
because you know my blood moral did not produce any blooms at all until I had to hit her with everything, and I got scared to stop feeding her.
See, now that's different. Citrus is different. I really believe that. I believe. I don't think I got to do some research on this, but somebody probably gonna put this in the comment. But I think a lot of those citrus trees, lemons and stuff, for the most part in the South, come from Florida. But things like peaches and pecans come from Georgia. So it's some stuff that just naturally grow better here. I don't think citrus is one of them, but I do think I have 2 plum trees that should grow fine in Georgia. I have peach trees that should be perfect in Georgia. I have a couple apple trees, a couple pear trees. All that should be perfect for my growing conditions where I live at. So that's why I'm leaving them alone. Now I got a ton of Hashi, persimmon. I'm gonna leave that alone because persimmons grow good down here. Leave that alone. My citrus, I don't feel like it's something that my climate is perfect for. So I'm gonna bathe them a hair, just a hair, but I'm gonna leave them outside. But I'm still gonna fertilize them and turn the soil and
I don't do anything to my palm trees, and I really don't even like them. I wish if they wasn't so expensive, I'd get rid of them. They are pain in my butt.
Your what trees?
My palm trees.
Oh, you got palm trees?
I got palm trees and I got seeds for days. If you want some, I'll send you some. Y'all let me know because it's a whole mess out there. And the whole thing is they just drop. They have like it's like 1,000 seeds out there. And then what will happen is that even though we have like a rough climate, the ground is hard or whatever, those seeds drop everywhere. And then say come summertime, you see all these little palm trees popping up, and me and the kids are out there trying to pick up the little baby palm trees. They are such a pain.
Now, all right. Shouts out to the Naked Gardeners in the building. What's up, Naked Gardeners? They going live at 7 o'clock tonight. If y'all ain't familiar with the Naked Gardener, they will be live at 7 o'clock. Check them out and see what they talk about. You might like what they doing over there. Just gonna put that button.
I know about them. I'm subscribed.
And guess what? I'm subscribed too. Shouts out to the Naked Gardener. But they say you have to harden off your plants when you bring them home from the nurseries or big box store. Just like, well, they don't say this part, but just like you harden off your plants when you go from under the grow light to outside, you got to harden them off. So that makes perfect sense. It's the same concept. You're going from one climate to another. Of course, you got to let your plants, get acclimated to that climate. The Angel Garden, and my computer is slower, so I'm just reading these off my cell phone because it keeps up better. Angel Love's Garden say I have 9 pomegranates I grew from seed last year, and they seem to be unstoppable in heat and cold. I love them. So maybe that goes along with what we were thinking about, that some of this stuff will start acclimating to it. So if she's growing this stuff from seed, this stuff know her climate and it's comfortable there. Excuse me. So and I got a few more things. I was prepared for this one, Tina. I knew you were gonna be here, so I was prepared. It says we talked about that for price comparison online and nursery, and you just said that you weren't gonna buy online no more. But
yeah, you get some good prices online though, but it's hard if you kill it to take it back.
But you have to factor in the shipping. Shipping will make anything outrageous online.
Right, yeah.
$30, $40 for shipping. So something that was super cheap online.
75 sometimes, depending on how many you get.
How much?
75.
Good Lord.
Well, that was the whole big bushel of trees that I had gotten. So
I mean, you got to find a price point. You got to say, I'm comfortable paying this much for this. Now, on your base level is your basic trees: apples, pears, peaches, plums. All right. But now you got to know you're going to pay a little bit more for blood myrtle oranges or 3-in-1 trees or cherry trees. So you got to have a price in your head that you're comfortable with paying, and you try to meet that. What? Right. Now, Tina, I know I'm going to ask you a stupid question. I'm going to ask you a stupid question, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. Now, I was going to ask you, what is your max price you would pay for your dream fruit tree? And what is your dream fruit tree?
You said, what's the max price that I will pay for my what fruit tree?
Your dream fruit tree.
My dream, the black apple tree is my dream fruit tree. The most I would pay for it would probably be $100, but then I have to get like a Klarna thing where I have 4 payments or something, something like that. And because I had bought a tree for Klarna before. I think that's where I got the Miwa from. I didn't get it off of Klarna, but I used Klarna.
What was that? Spell that?
Klarna.
I've never heard of that.
So you buy it, but then they split it up into like 4 payments. So it just ain't all coming out like that. So I can say, oh, it don't look so bad.
Yeah, but it's the same price. But now, I'm gonna say this crazy. Gigi Nazar say, lay away that sucker.
No, but they give me the tree. I got it. It's almost like QVC. I got the tree, but I'm just like putting a little bit.
Dang, a lot of people in here might not be old enough to know what QVC is. Now, I remember QVC was the old Amazon. It truly was. You watch the TV show, and it's Amazon on TV. Let's put it that way. And you can make payments on stuff. Now, I had to think about this one myself. Now, my blood moral orange was my last fruit tree that I wanted. Until I got a buddy that has a pluot tree.
What tree?
A pluot.
Is it PLU?
OUT? Something like that.
Yeah, I had that one.
I saw it at his house, and I went home and I did a little research on it. I would pay $75 for that pluot. Now that's got to include shipping and handling. Now I'm not that plus 30 more dollars.
One of my little twigs last year was one of those, but it didn't make it. I want to taste it though. I'm curious to see what it tastes like.
Yeah, Hudson, you got it right. Pluot, PLUOT. That's how you spell it. Hudson,
yeah.
But I mean,
I got my tree. It was bare root, and it was like it was under $15. So
look at that shit.
I'm sure you got a good established one. Hey, Lady B.
Hey, she told me that was a wind chime. I didn't know what that was. I was like, I better not ask no question. It could. I don't know what they got going on over there. But Lydia, we were talking about your whoop show a little earlier, and I said we ain't finna get Lydia no free promo and Shane in him, but she ain't him. We already gave you free promo. So I'm lit. I'm just joking because of just playing. But I've neglected, and look, y'all, I've neglected a lot of comments in here, and I just wanted to have a back and forth conversation with one of my true fruit tree sisters in this game, because Tina Pitts got fruit trees, y'all, and she loves fruit trees. So when you get two people who have similar likes, sometimes it turns into more of a conversation than interacting with the chat. So if I didn't see something you put in the chat, feel free. It's 91 people in here. Sometimes, speak amongst yourself in the chat, and I'm gonna try to catch some. But like I said, it's 91 people in the chat. Let's all be fair. I don't know how familiar y'all are.
Big letters, I can see it.
Tina, where your glasses at?
I don't have them. See, when I'm moderating, I have my glasses on, and I'm just like that. But when I'm not, I don't want to put my glasses on.
You gave me a headache.
You know, you get a particular age and you just don't want them things. But
Dude, hold on. I think me, and Mr. Pitts around the same age. I'm 45. You ain't got to tell your age. You can tell Mr.
no,
Pitts.
I'm 45, but he not my age. I'm not his age.
How old is Mr. Pitts?
He's 50.
I was finna say that joker looks super young. I thought you were gonna say that he was younger.
No. Oh, you think he look younger than me?
No, not younger than you. Younger than me.
Oh no, he's 50.
And I can't believe you just put an age out there on the internet. Mr. P, it wasn't me. Let's start there. But no, I thought he was in his 30s, real talk.
Oh wow. He'll appreciate to see that.
But Darth X said, my dream fruit tree is a Rainier cherry, the most delicious Pacific Northwest native cherry, but they need a pollinator. I do that.
I don't know.
I think that's why I didn't get it.
I don't think I can grow it here. I think the chill hours, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It's a pretty cherry. That's a cherry that looks like kind of red and kind of yellowish, like it's.
Ooh.
I think.
Because I was going through looking for a cherry. A, I wanted one that they need a pollinator, and B, that had a decent sized cherry on it. And that's how I ended up with the Stella. But I want to say I didn't get the Rainier cherry because it needed a pollinator. Don't quote me on that. GE die in the building. Good to know. Many thanks, Stephen Lewis. Oh, of course, you ain't talking to me. My bad. Nick Gar said, "Oh, you're west of us. We are near Paris, Texas." Nick Gar, put at who you talking to in there? Cause we Paris, Texas. You was talking to somebody else. Yeah, we lost on that.
No, I'm west of them.
Oh, you west? Oh, he talking to you. My bad. My bad, Sydney. Pete said in Ann Arbor, folks have got the memo, and yard gardens are popping up all over. Indoor growing too. You can drive down the street and see super bright grow lights everywhere, and not just for the weed. LOL.
Wow.
But and that's a crazy thing that more people are getting in the garden. Even rich people garden now. I want
you know, people in my garden group, they were complaining about like one of the women, she said that late at night, like in the middle of the night, people wake up her father taking lemons off of their lemon tree. So yeah, but he has his lemon tree in the front yard, so no one's getting in my backyard. They have to climb a wall. But you know, I just feel like that's crazy.
But it kids though. I'm sure it's kids.
I don't think it's kids. You think kids are getting bags of lemons?
Yeah. We used to do it all the time. Lemons, peaches. We used to jump fence to get plums all the time.
Wow.
Not because we needed them. It's
just to get them.
Ooh, bad kids. Every neighborhood has bad kids. It's what it is. Grace Guy said, these tough questions. What do it mean when your mild lemon turns brown at the tips? It's about 8 months old. Brown at the tip.
I think they say that's a nutrient deficiency. If you Google it, it shows you like the different leaves on a citrus tree. I know yellow means they need nitrogen. I'm not sure if brown is phosphorus. Check behind me, but I know that you can if you Google that, they'll usually and go to images, it'll show you. So if Turf's still here, he probably knows. He's a master gardener.
I feel like on these questions we need to get a little deeper. Let's get a little deeper. You say the lemon tree turned brown at the tips about 8 months old. All right. When is the last time you fed it? And what did you feed it? How often do you fertilize? What kind of soil do you have it in? How big is the container this is in? Dude, I be want to know the whole situation because I call it troubleshoot. I troubleshoot problems with fruit trees. On citrus, I kind of win a lot on citrus now. I'm pretty decent on troubleshooting citrus. Now my citrus leaves look like trash now because it's so cold, but it's just what it is. So Grace, if you can put some more information and not only to me and Tina, but it's a lot of experienced great gardeners in here. Naked Gardeners, Turf Therapy, Juicing with Jay. Hey, y'all feel free to jump in and say something. So Grace, can you give us a little more information to be sure? Darth X, I just turned 48 weeks ago. I'm just a big baby. That's all it is. I'm a 45-year-old kid. Dude, look, it's what it is, dude. You young as you feel.
Yep.
I feel 22, dude. Don't nothing hurt. I get up. I'm still living life. So stop saying, I'm an old man, but I'm living life. I'm not studying. Gigi Natural says it's gonna happen more. Definitely. I think she was referring to stealing fruit.
Lord yeah, it probably will now. Yeah.
Well, not where we live at because everybody got a shotgun. Nope. It's not
look, yeah, you're right though.
I'm gonna be honest. It's not much theft where I live at. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, it is though. And the funny thing about it is I just bought my daughter a dog for Christmas, and now we're finding out that people want to steal that dog. So now my husband's like, oh, well, she ain't walking that dog without me because she needs somebody armed next to her, and he wish somebody would try to take that dog from her. I'm like, wow, they stealing dogs?
Oh, they.
Tina, it's a French bulldog. Like, why are you stealing a dog?
Tina, you lived a good life. I can tell that by the way you talking. You lived a good life. People have
this background is makeshift. This ain't my.
Hey, they didn't even know all that. I'm just saying they've been stealing dogs for a long time, and that's crazy because.
But I used to have like Amstaffs, which are like pit bulls. So nobody ever wanted to steal my dogs when we had them like maybe a decade ago. But yeah, so I'm new to that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but no, I don't know if I grew up in a bad neighborhood, but some of this stuff really don't shock me because people saying what's going on now. I grew up people stealing dogs. Now I like dogs. I'm not a cat person, I'm a dog person. But I only like my dog. I don't like your dog.
Right.
Your dog. So to just randomly steal some dog, I'm like, dude, this dog, you don't think this dog gonna bite you?
Right.
I've never understood that concept. Rosaline in the building, glad to have you here. Said, hello, I appreciate the recent uploaded video of the lighting system. Thank you, Brokefarmer. And she's talking about my grow light setup. I kind of updated my grow light setup and I put in a little work to it. So, yeah, there you go. Now, I want to talk.
All my seedlings, they died when I got sick because nobody cares for the plants if I'm not there to care for them. So,
but
you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna probably like next week. I know I'm behind the game because our last frost date I think is like February 6th. I'm just gonna go out there and start throwing seeds everywhere. So who knows what my
frost date is in February?
February 6th. That's what messed me up. That's what messed me up last year because I started putting my I started my seedlings in the middle of January because I thought my frost date was going to be like March 15th. And then I was like, what is going on with this weather? And then that's when I really started paying attention to the Facebook garden group. And they were like, yeah, you late. And it kind of like made everything kind of mess up. So this year, I'm just going to start direct sowing everything.
Because my last frost day is March 16th to the 23rd. So if you were in zone 9, you way ahead of me, dude. You can start planting next week. In the next week. Oh man.
I'm just gonna start dropping seeds everywhere. I'm not even gonna try to do the whole indoor thing no more because I'm just like I planted 2 trays of stuff, and then like I said, when I got sick, they did not care about it, and next thing you know, everything is leggy. Like, it's not. I just throw the whole pan away.
But I mean, I've already started my eggplant because it takes such a long time for it to grow and get established. Excuse me. My eggplant, sheep nose, pimento pepper, shots out to Farmer Q. I didn't even know what they was till he told me about it. And the hot pepper, the
Yankee sister.
peach pippin hot pepper. I don't even like hot pepper, but when they described to me what it was, I'm like, I'll try that. Now, this is the last question, and then look, we're gonna spend the rest of the time going through the comments. Tina gonna answer every question you got. But Love Note said, Love Note had the same question too. Is it in the pot? What's the weather where you are? It's so many factors to that. You know what I mean? So Tina got a little more experience. Sound like with stuff like what?
I don't know. I only got two. I'm going on my 3rd year.
I feel like I need a lot, and don't get me wrong, dude. I spend hours upon hours watching fruit tree videos. Dude, that's my passion. I Google every. If you ever had a question about citrus or fruit tree, I guarantee I've Googled it before. I guarantee it, hands down, I've Googled it. So I just need so much information for it to make sense to me. Last question. Do you have room for a dwarf variety? And the reason I say that is a lot of people that's growing in an apartment and all they got is a patio space. Well, if you get a dwarf variety, first off, it's still gonna get like 8 foot or something like that. But you can prune it. Keep in mind, you can. If a tree grows 30 feet tall and you keep cutting the top off and don't let it get past 4, as big as it get. Right. You can determine how big your fruit trees get. So get a dwarf variety that you can keep in the pot longer, or depending on how big the pot is, forever, and prune these trees. If you want fruit trees, stop saying I stay in an apartment, I can't put it on my patio. I literally know people who keep their trees pruned and they grow them on their patio. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. If you're out there looking for trees, get your dwarf variety and keep that sucker pruned and put it on your patio. And go open your patio door and get some peaches. Open your patio door and get some apples. Do what you want to do. It's your thing.
It don't matter to me about this dwarf or not. You just keep it cut. Oh, but talking about pruning, I don't know if anybody else knows this, but this is something that I just found out like a couple weeks ago, or the end of December, when with that pomegranate, because my pomegranate was out of control. I got a good harvest this year, but last year I had like a really bigger harvest, and I really started to look at my pomegranate tree, and I took a class on it too. It had so many water spurts that came up out of it. Like it was so thick, like a regular branch. It was like a couple of them. They were like huge. And then, and the wood is actually different. So we pruned them off. So I'm hoping that that's going to make a difference in my production this year. So I'll let you guys know, I guess, on the video to see, because I that's something that I didn't see before. Yes.
Did you say water spurt?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? You can't be using these big words to not explain them, man. We don't be
that's what the lady said it was called. Like, I didn't even know about it until like I took the class first, because I knew I had to, I knew the pomegranate tree was getting like ridiculous. And then when I went out there, I was like, oh shoot, I have like a lot of those things, and they were big. Like they were like, where's my camera at? They're like big. And I'm like, oh shoot, that's probably why I didn't get the production that I wanted this year. And then like we had to cut them, and they were like big, like I'm telling you, they were at the base of the tree, and they were like all the way up to like the top of the tree. It was a couple of them, and they're called water spurts. They're almost like, I guess they're the equivalent to suckers or anything, and they're all over the tree, but they go straight up, all over the branches. They go straight up, and the wood is actually different. The wood is not even the same, and I never even noticed it before until I took the class.
So. I didn't know what it was till you just make that make sense. The wood different, but it's kind of like a sucker when it's growing out of it. Okay, look, we all learned something. Look at here, it's a good day. You ain't got to learn 52 things on this live. Stop it. If you learn or hear one cool thing, it's a good live. If you saw something cool in the chat, it's a good live. look, I don't know 500 things, and I ain't gonna teach you 500 things. But we're
I
gonna
don't
have
know either. I ain't no expert. I just try to do the best I can.
but we talking from experience. So this my experience and this teen experience. You know, we love fruit trees and we grow a lot of fruit trees and we do a lot of research on them. So we ain't got all the answers, but we can talk from 8A experience, 9A experience, and we look. Tina, what you trying to look at? I saw you straining your eye. You gonna hurt yourself.
Because I can't see the
you like that? What?
We're just gonna look up.
So, GE Adai said, my Miwa kumquat looked beautiful and green even with a few nights before below freezing. Almost fruit trees are pretty bad. Yeah. I got so nervous because mine was young. I don't know. I'm gonna care less next year. Definitely. The weekend garden show with Sam said, hey, Brokefarmer and Tina, I've been listening while folding laundry. Happy Sunday to everyone in the chat. Happy Sunday to you. But do you know how to properly fold a shirt?
Really?
I'm just okay. You take t-shirt, you go sleeve to sleeve, seam down the back of the shirt, pull it to you, fold that short sleeve in, pull the bottom up, perfect fold, never have to wrinkle iron your t-shirts. It looks creased every time. Fun fact, you learn two things on here.
I learned
it's
that.
a big win. Big win on Sunday. All right, I'm gonna hit a couple of they was talking. Janet, appreciate that. Show a little love. Now you know that whole $10 go to me. Tina don't get none of that. I'm just saying though.
Thank you.
Cool. That's cool. We appreciate it though. Love no say we use a piece of cardboard to fold them in the store. Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, they got folding boards to keep them. I'm trying to hit a few more comments. I'm flipping. Oh, there you go, right there. Janet Chisholm, appreciate that, Janet.
Thanks, Janet.
Doing your thing out there. Callie Homestead with Pooh Bear. What's up, Callie?
Hey, Callie.
Tina, we got a question down there at the bottom. Well, I say we. I'm more like you got a question. I'm gonna read it to you though. The hood say I bought a pink variegated lemon tree in March. Oh, I was looking at it.
That's a nice one. I want that one too.
It's pink on the inside. I was looking at this tree at my nursery and say, I have it indoors. Should I fertilize it now or wait until spring when I put it outside? Ooh, Tina, you want this one? I got ideas on this. What you think?
I mean, I would probably fertilize it when I put it outdoor. It depends on where you're at, but I would fertilize it when I put it outdoor. I like this year. What I'm doing is I'm not going with the schedule that everybody says to do it every 3-4 months. I'm just going to fertilize. I'm not going to do a heavy fertilization, but I'm going to fertilize every month, especially when it's a citrus too. So that's just what I'm doing. But I mean, I don't think it can hurt it.
What's up, Marmar? Now,
hey, Marmar.
I'm looking at this a little different than you are. All right. When it's time for your tree to fruit, if you don't understand anything else, I would feel like you would fertilize it right before it fruit. So if you got a tree to fruit in spring, I would fertilize it before spring. You know what I mean? Because if it's gonna produce fruit, and it's gonna need a whole bunch of fertilizer. Second, well, I got this question for you. You said, should I fertilize now? If it's inside, it depends on what you fertilize with. Some people fertilize their tree with 511. You don't put that in your house.
It depends too, because what if they have if you see like all those little balls that they already have fertilizer in it, because some of them have a lot of fertilizer in it. So I think it will be okay. As she said, I don't know. I think she might have said she's about to plant it outside. I think she said, and it's not in a pot.
No, she said she's gonna put it outside. But Tina make a great point. When you buy plants like that, you see them with green or sometimes red balls in it. That's fertilizer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So some people call that crack, plant crack. So you don't want to mix plant crack with alcohol, which probably your local fertilizer is. So first off, if you ain't got no little green balls in there, like Tina said, you know, you can do it every month. But if you do it every month, I would go kind of light. But if you unsure about that or uncomfortable with that, just figure out when your plant is supposed to fruit, fertilizer in the fruit season. That's kind of.
I think veggie farm. I see Tina.
Oh, hold on. Look now. First off, y'all know this is just a conversation. This me and Tina ain't got all the answers back, but we'll tell you something now. We'll tell you what we think now. We are not them people there. We ain't scary. Hold on. I see a lot of these question marks. Okay, they see how to get.
I'm gonna. Well, I think I'm gonna start off in January and February, just doing like the fish emotion and stuff, and then I'm gonna go with the. Is it called Joby? It's in the
Jobs.
Yeah, it's in the orange and white. I'm gonna use those. And on my big trees, I'm actually gonna use their stakes, but I'm gonna use their stakes and I'm gonna go and sprinkle some there too, and then just water it in pretty much. And then maybe some compost tea.
Are you talking about Job spike?
Yeah, but the one in the orange. Mine is orange and white. But yeah.
That's orange. That's orange.
Oh, that is orange? Okay, yeah. It looks yellow to me.
But Veggie Farm said, Tina, look, she's talking directly to you now. Tina, what are you going to use your fertilizer? Oh, we just talked about it. Yeah. It's called Joe's Organic Fertilizer Spikes.
Yeah, I use the spikes in the big trees, but the little ones that's in the container, I use the sprinkle. I do like a handful of a sprinkle.
Big facts. Do not put spikes in your containers. Do not.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Containers. Spikes are for the stuff that's in the ground. I have two citrus trees in the ground, but it's citrus and fruit trees, so I'm gonna use them on the stuff that's in the ground. The little granulated citrus and fruit food, I'm gonna put that on the ones in the container.
And I'm trying out compost too this year. I'm gonna sprinkle some of that in there and see if I get some better results.
So if y'all watch my videos, y'all know I got a composter for Christmas. So hopefully I use some of that. Look at all these. Okay.
Angel Love. Oh yeah. I now because I was like the end of December, January is when we do it because also like a thing that we had to do this year. That's why I was upset that my husband was sick, because I had to go and put my big girl pants on and get out there and do some heavy work. So I had to tell the kids, look, y'all helping me. So we had to spray down our trees because last summer we got invaded with thrips and everything else, and I did not want a repeat of that. And I knew it was because I sprayed too late last year, and I didn't want to spray once I thought to spray because it had blooms and stuff on the tree, and I didn't want to kill the bees. So while they were still dormant, and no one turned on the sprinkler system, because really my trees should have been blooming, but they weren't. So I was able to spray them down with the neem oil and the horticultural oils spray or whatever.
Now,
and then you prune them.
You bring up a good point. I have not sprayed neem oil on my trees yet. I want to start like a month out. Probably should start it now and spraying neem oil every week or every 7 to 10 days. I think it is something like that. And spray neem oil, start getting it ready for the season. Because once it, like Tina say, you get them blooms on it, you don't want to kill your bees. And Angel Love said, when do you prune your trees? Now, look here. First off, and this opinion, Tina is not. Look, before I say this, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, shouts out to Eco Nate. What's up, Eco?
Hey, Eco.
But Tina's not gonna agree with me on this. I already know this.
Okay.
So it is what it is. If you don't have a big tree, I wouldn't prune it. Why do people feel like you got to prune these trees all the time? I don't know when that became a thing, and I know they talk about airflow and all that. But your tree got to be a big tree before you start worrying about this concept of airflow and all this stuff.
I don't disagree with that. But I would say to look for the suckers.
No, I wasn't finished.
Because you can find those off of trees you bring from home, bring buy from the store and bring home.
Now, Oh, but no, I wasn't finishing. You might not disagree.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I won't just look at.
But the only when I prune, and this is just me. Shots out the old way gardening prepping. What's up, Bernie? Glad to have you here, Bernie. Tampa Barbecue Queen. What's up? But when these trees are dormant like this, the snap test that Tina was talking about, you know, if it bend is good, if it snap is dead, prune your dead leaves off. All trees have dead limbs in the wintertime. Get the dead limbs off. That's what I worry about. Dead limbs and crisscrossing branches. You don't want your branches to crisscross. That's the simplest way to keep up with it. And then let your trees grow. If you don't want to get them too tall, cut the top out. If you don't want to get it too wide, cut the sides off. It's all on how you want to do your trees. However you want to prune your trees, Angela, is based on how you want your trees to grow. Tina, you ain't disagree with all that? God, that was good. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see what? Oh, here, God, Lee, who came up with that question? That's a great idea. That question.
Oh, I'm from New York. Okay.
Huh?
No, she said I'm from New York. If I wasn't wearing Gigi's shirt, I probably would be wearing something that say New York on it, but it's indoors for me. Yeah, it's indoors for you right now. I guess you would put it out when the temperature gets above 70-ish or something like that. But you said you had a pink lemonade. I don't.
Pink variegated lemon.
Yeah.
It's anything above 60.
Okay to put in New York? Because I know my sister, she lives in New York, and I know I was trying to send her a fig tree, and I was like, fig cutting, and then I was thinking, like, will it live? Like, somebody can let me know in the comments, is it okay to send her a fig cutting? Because I don't think, because New York, y'all get cold. It gets cold there.
Look, Chicago heart fig, it get cold now.
I don't have that one.
Oh, I know that Celeste will break down on you because I killed a couple Celeste. I killed 2 Celeste in brown turkey.
But if you have a sunroom, that would be good.
And that's before
when you put your tree out. But actually, when you go to if you're going to put your tree in the ground, you can do that when it's cold, and then
Oh,
but I'm just trying to think if I know anybody in New York that has a lemon tree outside.
And we got people in here from New York. Somebody put in the chat. Y'all got lemon trees in New York? What y'all doing? And if y'all got fig trees in do y'all have fig trees in New York? And if y'all do, what kind? If you don't mind.
Yeah, if you have a lemon tree in New York, let me know, because
the hood said it's outside. It will stay in the pot. If you ain't getting below 40 degrees, what was the zone?
It's gonna get below 40 degrees. I think my sister said it was like 5 degrees, and they got like a lot of snow the last couple days, so it's gonna get cold there.
Hood state. I'm trying to remember the first part of this question now. You was talking about the variegated lemon, having it outside. It's outside. It will stay in the pot. If it get below. All right.
Some people, I know some people that have their lemons and even orange trees, and they have it in a sunroom, or they have it by a sunny window, and they just have it inside. That's the only thing I can think of, because I'm not sure if somebody can correct me in the chat to see if you can grow a lemon tree in New York.
But
that would be good information for me to know for my family.
And the other thing, your citrus trees do not need chill hours. They do not have to be cold. They need 0 chill hours. So you can actually grow a lemon tree in front of your window forever. It doesn't have to go outside at all. So if you got it inside, just leave it inside till it's 7 degrees outside.
And if you're a particular age like us and you know about QVC, you'll see that when you buy a lemon tree, they tell you that you can put it in a sunny spot and it'll grow in that house.
Dude, how you bring QVC back up?
I know. I'm sorry. They ain't paying us, but I bought trees off of QVC though. By the way,
QVC sell fruit trees.
Yep.
Stop it. Stop.
They do. They sell garden stuff, and then you lucky if you get the 5 easy payments.
Dude, you got me watching QVC, man. Stop your mess. Stop your mess.
They do.
Ebony R said Chicago Hardy Fig for New York.
Hey, Bernie.
Stephen Lewis said Chicago Hardy is a must for cold weather. Them things is soldiers. Soldiers.
Chicago Hardy, okay.
Game Nerd Mom Gar said, I'm only in Ohio. It's only 25 right now, and ground is frozen. See, some people got a different kind of cold.
You 25. See, I'm from that kind of cold, and actually, I went colder because I was in Connecticut for like 5 years, and then Mr. P came in and was like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't know, I'm tired of shoveling snow. And so he was like, let's go to Arizona. And I'm like, I ain't going to Arizona. Let's go to California. He's like, nah, that's not a good pension state. So we compromised on Vegas.
But this is the thing. Y'all went from one extreme to the other extreme, though. It's super cold. I don't want to be cold. Let's be super hot.
Yeah. Maybe we retire in Costa Rica. It's hot there too, though. But it never gets cold. And the thing about Vegas too, like everybody, when I say it's cold, they're like, "Oh, please don't talk to me about cold." But if it, if you used to it, if your body finally gets used to it being so hot, and then it drops, so like we go through a whole acclimation period when we have to finally when we get under 100 degrees, and then when it gets 8 degrees, it's chilly to us for a while until our body gets used to it.
Okay, this is the whole question. The hood said, my tree is inside. I'm asking if I should fertilize it now or wait till I put it outside in the pot where it will stay. I will be bringing it inside and cold and putting back outside the house. Well, no, if you're in the house, don't fertilize while in the house. I would say no. I would say when you take it back outside, fertilize it then because it's getting ready to fruit and do its thing. Unless you
want to, and you give it that fish emotion if you want more leaves and stuff and it to grow like that. But like if you see the balls in it, I don't know if I would fertilize it. If you see that it has like a lot of fertilizer in it already.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you don't see the little green balls, little red balls in there, I would say every 2 months. Tina said she do it every month.
Yeah, because my meanwhile, it was like it had a lot of yellow balls in it, so I didn't fertilize it because I'm like, this already packed with stuff, and it kept blooming for me. The windstorm would blow the leaves off, and meanwhile it bloomed like 3 times until it finally got some fruit. It only got 3, but it just kept trying. It was that little engine that could.
Yeah, I mean, but understand the concept. The citrus need fertilizer more than your other trees. So the heavy feeders, as I think Tina said heavy feeder. But I mean, and all the research I did, it say every 2 months. But it make more sense the way Tina's saying every month, because if it's fruiting for extended period of time, then you got to feed that tree if you want that tree to feed you.
Yeah, and that's just, I tried it that way first. I tried to do it every 2-3 months first, but now I'm just going to try something different this year and see if I get a better result.
See, but okay, Tina, I don't know if you said the whole thing, but Tina said she was doing it every 2 months, but she experimented with it every month. So, yeah, there you go. The hood said, I mean, and then a couple of people agree with what we're saying. So it's worth trying. But look, I want to put this out here. Anything that me and Tina say on this live cannot be used against us in the court of law.
You're right.
We just having a discussion. We just talking about growing stuff. Shouts out to Homestead in the Hood. She said, I have lemon trees in Brooklyn.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, does she bring it? Do you bring it in the house?
You still ain't got your glasses, Tina? You can't. Okay, I got. Don't worry, I got. Patricia Roberts said I would keep that lemon tree inside in the winter. It's way too cold. Yeah. But everybody winter also ain't the same. So all right. Look, she was talking about fertilizer. So I think we got, as a community, we came to a consensus on that answer. But now bring your trees inside and out. Look, if you bring it in, just leave it in. Because I pull my trees in and out of my shed in the backyard, which is an awful idea. It is better just to leave them in one or the other. because you just going up and down, up and down, up and down. So if it's not below 30 degrees, I'm just gonna leave them out there. I feel like they do better like that. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal experience. Moving trees from climate to climate, it gets shocked. You know what I mean? Just like you. If you go outside and it's 90 degrees and you got shorts on, and all of a sudden it drops to 40, your body gets a shock and you shiver. You are no different than a plant. A plant is alive too. I'm just saying. I think I made a little sense with that. Oh my God! Look,
you did. I don't bring them in the house, but that's just because of my area. And the only one I did, well, no, I put the loquat. I put the loquat in the greenhouse too, but I put the avocado in there just because I know that I'm going against the grain, trying to grow an avocado. So.
All right. The hood said, I say yes. You in New York, so I'm assuming the fertilizer you gotta use are those little granules, the slow release. So by the time the plant can use it, it'll be warm up there. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Because it's 2 months out. It depends on when your first frost date is, which is about 2-3 months. So yeah, you can't go wrong. Yeah. Stephen Lewis, yeah, I agree with you. That's all the questions. Let me see. I'm finna hit up a couple more. I'm gonna get off here in about 9 minutes. And you still can't see. I often say you do. Tammy said,
I saw it before when it was like the red little things, and Tasha Oshie Girl said my Meyer lemon is inside and starting blooming.
Okay, right there. That's what you're talking about. Should I leave the blooms alone?
I leave them alone.
How big is your tree though? Is your tree?
Oh yeah, you got
If you got a 6-inch tree and they got blooms on it, take them blooms out. Take them blooms out. They go or they gonna fall off anyway. That tree know it's too small to produce fruit, so them blooms gonna drop off anyway. But if it's a big tree,
I think if the tree can't handle the fruit, it's gonna drop. That's for sure. I know that for sure. Even with the established trees I have, they'll be full of blooms. But whatever the tree can't handle, it's gonna drop.
Oh my goodness! I forgot. I forgot to drop the link. Oh, hold on. And I got to put my link in the chat. You ever try to hit that Control V at the same time? It's not as easy as it sounds. It's not easy. All right. Hold on. I'm telling you, supposed to be filling in the space when I was texting you. Supposed to be. No, you don't do that. Okay. All right.
What am I supposed to do?
I thought you were going to talk through the empty space.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to look. I didn't see no capital letters or little red questions.
All right. I'm back now. Since Tina didn't want to feel the time space. Patricia Roberts said, I'm in Zone 5B, Illinois. I put my citrus outside the summer, but once the temps are constantly under 45 degrees, they come in the house. I don't fertilize in the house. It's not a right or wrong answer, y'all.
I don't think so. Not. It's up to you.
I mean, you got to try to see what works. Some stuff will work for you, and some you might see a gardener that's a great gardener that have super success, and you do exactly what they do, step by step, and it just don't work for you. It's what it is. It's you try something, it work, you go with it. If it don't do that no more. It's just
right.
So I don't know. Veggie Farm. I'm gonna let you have that one, Tina.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this year we got a freeze. We got low temperatures in Vegas at nighttime, and my citrus trees are fine. I mean, they have little couple of limbs that are dead. I'm gonna prune them off, and they all right.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just I tried veg farm. I tried that, bring them in and out, keeping them warm, keeping them cool, and it don't work. It seems like
and when
mine.
you apply them, they heavy, so you can't really do that. It's hard.
What on my shed, I put ramps on there, so I pull them up the ramp and pull them down the ramp.
Okay.
It worked pretty good. Weirdly enough, I put the ramp so I can drive my lawnmower up in there.
Hey, Canadian Proud, get outdoors.
Hey, did you see that link that I put in there?
Yeah, you put it up a while ago.
Okay. So we good. All right. And it's 85 people in here. Now, Tina, you know turf therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You like turf therapy? You think it's pretty cool, pretty knowledgeable guy?
Yes.
All right. Now, he is going live in about 30 minutes. So I wonder, out of these 85 people in here, I need at least 47 people to go over there and say, hey, Brokefarmer sent me over here. He told me he was gonna give me $1 for everybody that came over and
hit the
said
thumbs up.
And definitely hit the thumbs up. Oh my goodness. Now, Tina, I know you don't like and don't forget turf therapy in about 30 minutes, right around 5:30 going live. It's gonna be an awesome live, it's gonna be a great live. I'm gonna be in the chat talking trash, doing what I do, chatting and doing all this crazy stuff.
I'm gonna peep in and say hey and then get to my family, but I am gonna get in there and say hey.
She's gonna hit the like button first, though. And then
I'm gonna hit the like button first.
And that's what it's all about. But now, Tina, I give you a hard time about this all the time. Why don't you drop more content? But I'm not gonna put you on the spot because you grown and
it's okay. We grown. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, like I said, everybody's been going through a lot these last 2 years, and the last couple of months have been extra crazy, especially the last month of the year. And then the first that 2020 came in. I'm just gonna start over on February 1st, like the little meme said. But yeah, we got hit with family stuff and had to leave for a couple weeks, and then we came back, and then I had COVID, and then I had it the worst. I had the Delta, and then my husband was taking care of me. He didn't even get back to work from December, and then when he went back to work, he caught it, but he got as he called it, the Optimus Prime. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to say those names on your platform, but yeah, he got that, and then he just got results last night and he was negative, so that's actually why I'm actually able to be on here so long, because I got help now. He's out of quarantine in himself. So
now, all right, 2 things right here. I'm finna block the hood stead. This blasphemy in this live. Me and Tina out here having a good time talking about fruit tree. You talking about this MIG grow out in the south. Is that a rotary phone?
Sorry. No, it's my
cell. The hood stead, that's south. The hood stead. I'm gonna address it one time, and me and Tina not gonna talk about this now. Y'all gonna lose. Your best bet is to fight for second place. A third and fourth place is if y'all want that. But we definitely gonna win the sauce. I don't know what kind of sauce. Chick-fil-A sauce, hot sauce, a buffalo hot wing sauce. What that sauce? I don't get it. That sauce. I ain't even visit. Shout out. Bam. But Tasha Oshie Gross said.
I'm sorry, my mom. It's my mom. I'm like, come on, man. I call you right back.
You gotta answer your mom. Tasha Oshie Gross said, should we all comment hashtag broke? Yes, we all should. Put it in the chat and we head it off. But Tina, I don't think somebody look, show that message. Angel Lord Garden, somebody tried to block your message. No, we're gonna show that one. Hashtag Angel's Avengers. Oh, we're gonna show that. Tina, so for the people who aren't aware of your channel, could you tell them a little bit about your channel?
My channel is Pitstop Kitchen and Garden, and I am a new gardener. I'm going on my 3rd year in March, and my husband, he cooks. So the only expert advice you're really going to get is from my husband, but you can watch me to see what I do, to see if it works or not, because I just try stuff, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm learning, and I don't know what else to say.
You know what?
And my daughter's starting to get her little symptoms now. So my husband just got off of, and now he's like, she's gonna drive him to drink, and my mom is calling me, so I'm just gonna stay on for a couple more minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be on past 2 minutes. Now let me help you out, because I feel like you didn't give your channel the proper respect that it deserves. Put some respect on your channel 19.
I'm buying ice this weekend.
Look, she got all the fruit tree cred, all the fruit trees cred. You hear me? All of them. Then she out there growing vegetables, and it's super duper hot. So fruit trees hot. She has a family, and Mr. P is a goddamn chef. You hear me? Do y'all think it's one way to cook collard green? It might not be. You might want to go over their channel and check it out. To me, they have one of the greatest blends of husband and wife working together for a great YouTube channel. Now, I'm not just saying that, but since I've been watching the Pitts channel, I haven't missed one video. Great content. I see it. And the hood says she subscribed.
Thank you.
There you go. It's good content.
Thank you.
And Eco, I'm about to block you. What is these saw soldiers? What? Yeah, Tina, I don't know if you've been keeping up with. That's the name of Eco grow off.
I'm rooting for everybody. I'm neutral.
So
I'm
look, but I'm gonna ask you. This is the last question, though, Tina. Who you think gonna win the grow off?
You know I'm not answering that question. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. There's not one person or leader in the grow off that I'm not fond of. I don't know.
But look, dude, first off, Angel Little Garden hashtag Angel Division. What we ain't gonna do is lose 2 years in a row because I don't know if everybody knows the story. I'm gonna take 30 seconds and knock the story out. Well, the first grow off of last year had an Amarillo's named Amy. We made a bond. She had a bunch of health problems. She got stressed out over the grow off. She felt like she got cheated and she couldn't handle it. So she had a stem attack. A heart attack is what the humans have. Plants have stem attacks. So she had a stem attack and she didn't make it through. So this year, hashtag Amy's Avengers, we're gonna avenge her wrongful death. So all these other like next, you know how you outside, you just lay them off and keep going. You don't even stop. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out here. First off, thanks to all the moderators. Thank you to Sweet Spot, Andale, Best Yet Journey, Eco Neighbor, the Sweet Spot, Danae's Backyard Garden, Canadian Pride Get Outdoors. Thank you to all the moderators for making it so much easier for me and Tina to get up here and have a good time without crazy folks in the comment. Appreciate all y'all. Dude, why y'all keep putting these universal soil gardeners? What? What's with these names? What y'all doing out here? And then she got a whole world in there. Man, y'all stop. We're gonna win. It don't even matter. I gave that way too much time. But thanks to all the moderators for letting us have a cool, good discussion. And anything we say is our experience and how we feel about these subjects. So if you don't agree with it, Google it. If Google don't agree with what me and Tina just said, Google lying. Who you gonna believe? You don't know Google. You know me and Tina. You see our videos all the time. Don't believe me and Google say. Believe what me and Tina say all the time. Just playing, y'all. But y'all have a good Sunday. Enjoy y'all day. I didn't mean to take up so much of your time, but we had a good time hanging out. And I'm gonna go with Best Yet trying to say she love her gardening community family.
I love GCF too. Thanks for having me, bro.
GCF, and if you ever hear anybody else say GCF, they stole from Bessie at Journey because she trademarked it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Oh, hold on.